Hi, good evening, and welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live with myself, Paul, and Jenny from Host for Ghosts, or Paul, but no Jenny. We have Angela for South Coast Ghost, Luke, one of our investigators, and we're very honoured to have her back again, Sindel from Pitt, Paranormal Investigation Team. So welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live. So we hope you had a great, safe week. Tonight we're going to talk about different methods we use and how the results we have from using the different methods in investigating, and then after that we will go to Luke, who went on an investigation Saturday evening with Paranation to Yateley Town Hall. Luke, was it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So that should be exciting to listen to all that. So we'll go to Luke later on in there, let him get a bit more relaxed. So tonight we're talking about investigation methods. So, as I say, we're honoured to have Sindel with us tonight with her team. We've done investigations with Sindel before.
Hi, all.
We've had some great results. So we'll talk about that. So who wants to start off with investigation methods?
Well, is there any questions to start off with?
Yeah, if you have any questions or anything, send them in. We'll try and answer your questions and get back to you. Or if we don't know the answer, we'll find someone that does. So what we start off with is, I'd say, investigation methods. So who would like to start? What's your favourite go-to for a ghost investigation?
Well, should I start?
Yeah.
Let's go. So I'm very much a skeptic, and everything that goes on, I'm very much like, oh, there's no reason for that. But voice recorders for me are amazing. So the human ear can only listen up to, I think it's 20,000 hertz, sorry. And then there's a lower spectrum of it. I'm not completely 100% sure on all of the spectrums of the hearings, but I have a recording that does so far between our hearing. And Paul, you've been on investigations with me when I've used my my recorder, and you've heard it, and you're like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah.
So it's that you've got to think about when you're going on investigations, thinking about, okay, it's that scientific side of things. Mm-hmm. You can hear between this and that. Can I not get a recorder that will do 30% below and above what I've got? Mm. Brilliant, because if it has, then it's been proven myself with the recorder has had so many things that you
sorry.
Go on.
Do you think, though, when you're using a voice recorder, so you're obviously got it going. So what do you think when you actually audibly hear an EVP, a direct response?
So a direct response is a lot different, because we've had it at devices where we were there was a few of us on the staircase and we all heard, and we were like, what? A direct response is more like, oh, okay, you've heard it with your own ears. To pick it up on record is brilliant, but to have those responses that you didn't quite hear with your ears are a little bit more on the scale there. Direct voice phenomenons, great, but electric voice phenomenons, even better.
So do you think that the ITC apps you use, Spirit Wave and Ghost Talker and all of them, what do you think about them, but what comes through on them? Do you think they're close to it, near to it, not quite as...
Right.
What's your feeling on that?
So this is where I'm a complete skeptic. I'm really scientific with things. But at the same time, I've used apps alongside of things that equipment that I've paid good money for. Mm-hmm. That the apps will do also the same thing, and they're kind of giving off the same responses. But what you've got to remember when you're investigating is you can call out questions and stuff, and you'll have devices say this, that, and the other. How are you going to perceive it? Are you you're gonna go into a place not knowing it, and there'll be a device that will go murdered, raped,
Mm.
um, well and stuff, and you'll put two and two together. There's a well,
Mhm.
you know, there was stories of a woman that got mistreated, whatever. You'll take all of that and you'll put two and two together and make four.
Mhm.
With investigations, I like to go in completely blind, not know anything.
Yeah.
Like a lot of you, like Angela would, and you as well, Paul, you'd like
Yeah.
to go in completely blind and just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is it.
Mm.
The things that come through, you've got to, even as an investigator on your devices, you've got to pick through it. You've got to go, well, this is relevant, this is not. And that's where I think that we find it hard to go, oh, this is it fully.
Mm.
Yeah.
But if you have a place that has got pictures of somebody that's gone through this and there's been descriptions of sightings of that, it's all paranormal investigations, like it's piled up one upon the other. You know, how are you going to pick it apart?
Yeah. If you go into a building and there's pictures around you or whatever around you, pictures of the village, pictures of the residents,
No,
isn't that not a power of suggestion?
Mm.
it's a
That
power of
somebody's suggesting
suggestion.
something.
It is in a sense, but how much have you let yourself in for that place? Do you know so much? Like I went to it was a farm, Southampton.
Oh.
It was you know Angela, don't you? Because it was the most beautiful picture I ever captured. And it was one of those that you don't want to let your imagination take too much of it. But
Mm.
I was snapping away in the graveyard and I got a fantastic picture of what I can only say is an apparition of a woman that was carrying something in her arms like this. You all
Oh,
know, you all know.
yeah.
And the story goes that there was a woman that got abused by the priest there that had a child, and then she took it down to the lake, the pond, and drowned it.
Mm,
And I captured what I can only imagine as that. And it was like,
Mm.
oh, okay. But you yourself know that's the only picture that you've taken. Somebody else has then gone, oh, this is that. What do you
Mm.
do? How do you differentiate the like real to what you're seeing at that time? And that's why I like to go in not knowing,
yeah. Yeah. It's
but
it's difficult, isn't it? Because you go in not knowing because you want the house, the venue, whatever, to prove to you it's haunted. You don't need to prove to the venue it's haunted. You want the venue to prove to you it's haunted. I think sometimes we go to the venues because we're drawn there. Spirit
yeah,
want you there. That to connect with them or to tell them. Because ultimately, what we're doing is telling a story, aren't we?
yeah,
Telling their story for them.
exactly.
So, Andrew, what's your sort of favourite go to when you're on an investigation?
Um, I don't think I have a favourite, but I was just thinking with the like the EVPs and that. So um, the apps where they pick up things and the words just sort of show on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we don't actually hear anything like ourselves or get anything on an EVP, do you think that could be something that's come through on like a lower frequency than we can hear or a higher one?
Hmm. Quite possibly. I mean, sometimes you get DVPs, don't you? Direct response that you audibly hear,
Mm.
or you don't hear it, but you listen to on a voice recorder and it's as clear as day. But then you think,
Yeah.
well, why didn't I hear that? But you never know really, because my voice recorder works from 20,000 hertz to 55,000 hertz.
Right.
So it has a massive wide scope.
So yeah, again, that's what I was saying and directing with what we can hear with our own ears.
Yeah.
We done an investigation at Devizes, and weirdly, the staircase was where it was happening. Like,
Yeah, very much.
Paul and I and other parties felt it and had
Yeah.
it, like to the point of we had a direct EVP, which we heard, hear ye,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we were trying to contact the town choir at that point.
Yeah. That's
And we
right.
got that. And not only that, Jenny was also at the side tracing and drawing a
Yeah.
picture of the town choir. I'm not
Yeah.
shitting you. At the time that we were connected to, she drew the town choir of that year. Amazing. But to tally it off, all of us heard the town choir. We heard him.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
It
amazing.
was weird.
Yeah. It was only what we were calling out, wasn't it? I said to you, didn't I?
It
I'm
was
sure
me. It was stupid me sat on the stairs going, did I
You're not
hear
stupid,
ye,
you, was
hear
it?
ye?
You're not
Like,
stupid. You got it cracked up. Because I said to you, I feel there's a town cry here. And you went, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, didn't you? And then out of the blue was a response, wasn't it? We were like,
yeah,
what was that?
we had it, and it was like, oh my
Unreal.
God. To the point of everybody on that investigation spent a lot of time on the stairs with us.
Yeah.
We spent the whole night. I'm not kidding you. We didn't go anywhere. We
No,
were on that staircase.
because that's the staircase where you sensed that a woman fell down, didn't it? You
Well,
said
I
she was
felt it.
pushed her. Yeah,
I felt it straight away, and when I walked
yeah,
in, I was like, "Yeah, that woman, she got succumbed to something," and
yeah.
it was horrific because it was like, yeah, that's what she had to deal with.
Mm.
But at the same time, it was like our own investigation topped everything.
Yeah, that staircase was amazingly active, wasn't it?
It was
Catballs
mad.
going. We even had a catball move, didn't we, on the staircase and EVPs, and didn't we hear a door downstairs slam?
Yeah,
And we went to the toilet to see what it was. It was like
yeah.
a hand dryer went off on it or something, and we went to have a look. And
There was all
nobody in there.
sorts. And there's me going, oh yeah, it's hand dryer, it's fine, it's like
Yeah.
that's what. But you know,
So what, Luke? What would be your go-to piece of equipment if you were out on an investigation? Then, what's your? I'm going to take that or have a go with that.
I use my REM pod's quite good.
And have you had good responses with that?
Yeah, it's funny because some places it doesn't go off. All of a sudden it does go off.
What else do you do? Do you go and reset it then? Do you take that as gospel because it goes off? That's a ghost, or do you think right? I'm going to reset it and start this again and see what happens.
You do reset sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it starts again, and sometimes it doesn't.
So it like false triggers.
Yeah.
And do you believe like when it triggers off, it starts making the noise and the lights flash, that it's a true connection or spirit truly there? Or do you think, or do you try and sort of, as a skeptic, try and say, well, okay, I'm going to reset it, try it again, but move it in a different area to see whether it actually sets off in a different area or whether there's something in that area that's setting off? Do you ever think like that? Or
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It doesn't go off often. It doesn't go off often though, just occasionally. It's strange, really. Doesn't always go off.
And it bleeps, or it just stays on, goes all the time, or what does it do?
No, sometimes it doesn't get touched at all, but in some locations it does.
Well, here's a question for you all. So if you're running two ITC out, Spirit Wave, Necrophonic, whatever you want to run side by side,
Yeah.
would you think the responses would be the same?
So we done a perfect thing this Saturday. We done like a pit Christmas do. We had a meal and then we went to a graveyard standard afterwards. And we weren't taking too much equipment. We were just taking the standard, like, radio and stuff like that. And there were certain apps on our phone that were correlating to the same things.
All right.
And it was like, we were like, myself, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But at the same time, still, your phone's listening to us. Like,
Yeah.
I'm one of those. But the craziest thing was in the sense of we all heard footsteps behind us, and then there was like on the Alice box it went footsteps, and we were like, oh, and so we were delving into like something that was like 1200 up to 1600 built. So there was a lot of mismatch in there.
Yeah.
I hated it because I was like, I can't control myself.
Mm.
There's a lot of things going on, and even the group said you're drawn to all of these graves. Like I was drawn to these graves that were like marked 1300, 1200,
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Do you think that's something from a past life?
Yeah, I do. Like
Yeah.
it's the point of not so much past life, but old style.
Mm. Mm.
Did your lights just flicker then, Luke?
And then Mum's put the light on.
Okay. So yeah, so let's go more into like what would you
Equipment.
use? What would you use? So my go-to is
Thermal camera.
this thermal camera. It's brilliant, and we did an episode where we were like, "Oh my god, what's that?" And we did debunk it as a person, but you got those. What's your favorite thing, Angela? What's your favorite thing when it comes to like investigating?
Yeah, I don't have a favourite. I like to sort of try all different things. But I was going to say about the thermal imaging and like the little FLIR thing I've got to plug into the phone, because that brings up interesting things. I think it was Oxford Castle where I used it in one particular room, and it was showing up different patches of heat on the floor, and we couldn't make out why they were there because there wasn't any like underfloor heating or anything. So no one had sat anywhere, and it was just it sort of gives you more questions and answers when you use things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Oxford Castle as well, and it blew my mind to the point of it destroyed me. I had to leave.
Oh
Yeah, you went early, didn't you?
I had to leave.
Yeah, you're unwell, weren't you? Very unwell.
I was very unwell.
Yes, you was. Yeah. And what do you think that was then that may have caused that?
The lady.
Right.
I think her name is Anna something.
Right.
I don't know. There was something there that just did not let me cross that boundary.
Yeah. Maybe that was a warning that you shouldn't be there that night.
Well, that's what I take, and I go, okay, fair enough, I'm gone.
But I think the best equipment that I have is my night vision camera and my body.
Yeah.
Because obviously I have my voice recorder everywhere I go. I don't go anywhere on a night without it, because I have caught some very really mind blowing EVPs. The camera, not so much. I mean, I've picked up shadows and bits and pieces on it.
I've
But-
had EVPs of when I've been down in the Hangman's Drop in like what was it where we went to Shepton Mallet,
Oh, right.
and I walked outside because I was being infected, and I walked outside and I was like, oh, I'm absolutely fine now. And then there was a growl on our recording going
Oh.
like that after I said I was fine.
Mm.
Because I'd walked out the threshold, I was all right.
Yeah,
But there's things that stick with you.
yeah, yeah. But sometimes you do have to leave, don't you, the venue? Because I sometimes think that you get unwell or
Well, look at me at Oxford Castle.
yeah, you're very unwell.
I lasted a minimal second. Like
Yeah,
I was chucking up in a plant pot outside.
yeah. I know you're very unwell.
I was so unwell. And
Yeah.
then the weirdest thing is, as soon as I was like X amount of strides away from it, fine.
Yeah. Strange, isn't it? How you can get that strong a connection.
But I had it also when we went to like Shaw House.
All right.
We went up to the attic and I had to get marched down. Luke remembers this because Luke was with me at
Remember,
that
yeah.
point. You remember, mate?
Yeah.
Like I had to get several people walk me away because I walked away. I was somebody else. I come back and they were like, "I don't recognise you." I was weird in the room, and then when I walked out, I was like, something's got me, and I couldn't walk down the stairs. Luke and a few people like actually helped me down the stairs, and they were like, "Oh God." So that was that, and then I spoke to the lady after, and I said, "Oh, I've had an issue upstairs in that room," and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's one of the main rooms." I was like,
Does that not concern you much then?
so it concerns me in the sense of I'm sensitive to these places.
Hmm.
So I'll walk in straight away and I go, yep, this is where I'm getting attacked. Boom. That. If I can control it, great. It's fine. But if I can't, then that's that whole kind of, Shepton Man at prison, I go to the Hangman's Drop and I got affected and I couldn't breathe and I was like choking, could grasp my breath and everything. And as soon as I walked out the threshold, absolutely fine. And then on our EVP, we hear a growl after I walk out and I say I'm fine. Going to, those kind of things.
Yeah. Then
I'm
your
trapped.
body's your best equipment.
I'm trapped by the paranormal, but I have certain ways that I can capture it myself.
Yeah. So you're using your body like your equipment, aren't you? So your body's telling you to get out.
Like a lot of people would, but
Yeah.
people's bodies say get out. I'm like, I'm sticking here. Angela gets it. Like, I'm sticking here. This is it. Fuck you, basically.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah.
Capture it.
You've got to try, and you've got to persevere with it. But obviously, if it becomes at a stage where it's too dangerous, then that's a stage of backing out, isn't it? Because you live to fight another day, basically.
Well, it's that with like paranormal people. We know how much we can push, right? So me, myself, I've got a very dark side. So I can use the light within the dark with the paranormal to like push it aside. A lot of people, when they go on paranormal investigations, they don't understand it. and they can go, I need protection, I need like guidance, I need, you know, you can only do so much for them.
Yeah. You've always got to ground yourself anyway before you go to any investigation. We do, myself and Jen do. I don't know what Angela does. Angela, do you ground before you go in there?
Yeah, I say like sort of like a prayer of protection in my head, and I usually have some crystals on me as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
How about you, Luke?
Yeah, wear like crystals around your neck and stuff like crystals. Yeah.
And do you say a prayer? Do you ground yourself before you go in there, or before you get there, or?
Well, when I first started, I used to get like pushed a lot and really badly, but now I don't. I don't anymore.
Right.
I must be doing something.
You must be doing something right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to the equipment, so laser grids. What's your thoughts on laser grids? Good piece of equipment. Good evidence finder. Okay, not so okay. Angela, what do you think?
I don't think I've ever actually seen anything go through the laser grid, like seen a break in it. I've been on investigations where we've had it up, and then other people have said, "Oh, did you see that?" And those lights went out, and I don't know why, I just don't see it. So for me, it looks pretty, but I don't actually get anything. I don't find it useful personally because it's never done anything for me really.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Luke? What's your thoughts on laser grids?
I know they drain the batteries drain on them, and then the lights they turn the lights off because they do that. They can do that.
But do you think they're a good bit of equipment for evidence gathering, or?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. You know, their main use is just drain the. They make them go dimmer, don't they? Sometimes.
Yeah, they have
turn them off. Yeah.
I've seen them been turned off and then
Yeah.
back on again. I think myself and Gemma saw that when we were in Fort Widley once. We were down the end of the tunnel. We had the laser grid on. We asked, obviously, the spirit if they could turn it off, and it literally just turned itself off. Graham's put, it seems when spirit are not happy, you get growling. Now, do you think that's spirit growling, or do you think that's an animal growling?
No,
Anyone?
people don't generally growl, do they?
Well, what makes the growling then?
Well, I put it more to not demonic and see, but something that wants to portray themselves as something like that. You know, like that's got a little bit like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been in investigations where I've gone, oh, I've heard a growl, but when you play it back, you go, oh, it's not much of a growl, but it's still a growl, you know.
Yeah. I often wonder what does that, whether it's a spirit that growls, or whether it's an animal that growls, or it's just a build up of energy that creates that type of sound from spirit.
You don't know.
No,
It's one of those, isn't it? Like,
okay, what about tripwires? What's your thoughts on tripwires? Good, bad, indifferent?
I've never actually used one,
Right.
so I can't really comment on that one.
I've
Actually, it's a bit like the laser grid in a way, isn't it? Because you have to have something break it, but I don't really have the experience of one yet.
See, I've seen one in use. I don't have one myself, but I've seen one in use, and the occasion that it's worked would appear it worked, but I couldn't say 100% something walked across it. Although I know it stops and it indicates a movement across.
Yeah.
But in theory, it's a good idea because you can see if something crosses the threshold. But then you could use like a PIR light or a doorbell. You know, I've used a doorbell before, a movement sensitive doorbell where something's moved across, ding dong.
Yeah.
You know, it's moved through the beam. I have a couple of laser, like a laser tripwire, I should say, is the word. Obviously, and anything goes across there, they bleep. Now, if somebody crosses that and it bleeps, there's only one thing that can break the laser, other than a human, obviously, or a spirit animal. But the tripwire is, I think it's good in one sense, because it's a visual tool, isn't it, that you're using to visually see things. You know, a bit like the laser grid is a visual tool, isn't it? Because you're often looking. I mean, the laser grid, I think I've only ever seen one shadow in it, and all the times that I've used it.
Oh, yeah.
But I have seen it go on and off a few times.
Yeah, I've seen it sort of like the battery sort of starts draining and it gets fades and everything.
Yeah. You know, and you think to yourself, well, that's a fresh battery in there. Should it have drained this quick? And you sort of, you know, you don't say, yeah, that's spirit straight away, do you? You try and process it logically in your head, don't you? Think, well, it's a new battery. I only charged it half an hour ago. So in theory, it shouldn't go flat for a couple of hours. Because I think the batteries are pretty good for 2 or 3 hours, really, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. But then if you get like cameras going at the same time and people's torches, and then you think, maybe there's something, because it'll be a huge coincidence for everything to just start draining, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And
I mean, yeah, when your torches go on and off and things happen, or it's like, you know, many times I've had my camera running and it's just turned off with a flat battery. But I know full well that battery is probably good for 6-7 hours of constant recording. And I've charged it a night before, so it's fully charged, showing 100% charge, and yet 20 minutes it's gone. So you think, well, you know, why is it flashing low battery? How can that be?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not sure about the little ones you have, Angela, like the little GoPro type ones. Do you find they drain quickly with spirit around, or do you think they last for quite a time?
Well, usually when I use that, I sort of set it up somewhere for the whole night, and it just runs for like 4 hours or so. And generally, it will just go for the whole time.
Right.
Then I do have it connected up to a little power bank as well.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Weird, isn't it? How I know spirit drain the batteries or use the energy around it to manifest or to create stuff, but it sort of blows your mind when it's gone flat in less than 20 minutes. It's dead. You think, well, how can that be? And that's like, it's always good, isn't it, to carry around in your power banks, in your equipment.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're down a tunnel, you can just quickly swap your power bank and put it back on charge, especially if the energy, you know, it's all starting to build up and go, or, you know, you're getting a lot of activity.
Yeah.
You know, for many a time I've used to charge up the rechargeable batteries, go there, and they'd be flat in 10 minutes. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then now I've learned, you know, a harsh lesson. And I take power banks with me.
Yeah.
Because I wear like the belt, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
And I tend to have power banks in my belt. So if anybody else is down there, we've always got a fully charged power bank. I think I carry 2 or 3 of them. So, you know, we've always got a backup. If Angela's went flat, we've got a backup. We plug another one in, bring the camera back up, or your sound recording equipment. So what else is on the equipment, Gender, then?
I found some laser grid pens the other day when I was tidying up. I found 2 of them.
Right.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. So I might actually use them and just see if I get anything, but I just found them. I was like, oh wow. I knew there was somewhere.
I didn't know he had some. He probably must have done, mustn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, one of them he must have used quite a few times. It's got a sticker on it. And the other one was a new one. I was like, oh, look at me.
That takes me to the mel meter.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
The mel meter Darren had, and you use yourself now. What do you think of that piece of? You know, I'm tempted to buy one, but I don't know. You know, I'm in that state of not knowing.
Yeah. I still don't completely understand how it works.
Right.
But I've sort of tried it around the home to like make sure it works, like going up to different like sockets and points and then seeing what moves. But there's so many different settings on it. I don't know what to put it on to like know what it's going to tell me, basically. It's like, oh, it's beeping. Why? I don't know. So, I kind of need to investigate it more and know how to do it properly. But
we are funny with our equipment, aren't we?
yeah, but it's good.
Never read the instructions, just go bombing out on a ghost hunt with it. What's he doing that for? I don't know. I just brought it along for try.
Yeah.
You know, like I have the ED Plus, which is like a movement sensor. It's probably a bit like a millimeter, and it's called the EDI Plus.
Okay.
Now I thought I should use it more because it got vibration. It's got K2 lights in it. It's got a vibration sensor that puts the lights on. It's got temperature drop, a warning of temperature drop, EMF it indicate. And I keep thinking, oh, I'll take my ED tonight, try that. And then, of course, I get all my cases in the car and then realise it's in the case that I've left in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And it was like the last investigation we went out onto the Unicorn Theatre. I was so excited. Hi, Christine. We used a trigger object, a small robot spirit interacted and moved it around the room at different speeds. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have one of them. I call mine Robbie the robot. And Andrew, we've used that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I was so excited that my thermal camera had arrived. Yay! Can't wait. Got to take it to the Unicorn. Can't wait. And halfway to the Unicorn, realised I'd still left it on the sofa.
Yeah.
So I was so excited it came in time, and then I still didn't use it. Yeah. But maybe I wasn't supposed to use it that night.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I will be taking it out with me and trying it. You know, it's always interesting to see what you get. It's worth trying different equipment, I think. You know.
It's like a trail cam we've got some trail cameras.
Oh yeah.
I keep wanting to set them up somewhere, sort of like just in a room that nobody's going to go in, and just see if anything happens, it picks anything up. Yeah. But I don't think I've been to a venue where it's been sort of practical to set it up.
Yeah. It's like having a lock-off camera, isn't it, in a room?
Mm.
You know, you lock the room up. I mean, the trail cams are good because that was the one we caught the spirit on that was here that night.
Yeah.
That was a trail cam. That was the first time I used it because it was infrared and ultraviolet, a movement sensitive one.
Yeah.
And the video you see on the channel of the ghost here inside the door and that was a trail cam.
Oh, it's a good picture. So,
yes, it's a very good video. I mean, you see it come on, don't you? And then it stops and then zooms in on the door. So it has a little screen inside the door where you can replay. So it goes off and it flashes, it indicates it's recorded. So you can open it up and switch it on. It has a tiny little screen. You can actually wind back the film and have a look. And that's what they use a lot on the TV programs where you see the badgers and the deer at night. They're all the trail cams because they record quite clearly. You know, you can set it for different 4K or whatever. So that was the one I used here that night here. I was just trying it. I'll give it a try, see how it works, and see whether we catch anything. It'd be interesting. We'd take it to somewhere and just leave it there.
Yeah.
But obviously that night it caught the ghosts here. On here was so they are good. They are really good, but you need it to be somewhere, like you say, Angela, that's not busy.
Yeah.
Because it's going on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off.
Yeah.
Because it's movement sensitive. It doesn't record all the time. Only records on movement. If someone's coming backwards and forwards through the door, or you've got 20 guests going backwards and forwards through a corridor, it's going to be forever running out of battery, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like having the lock-offs. You know, put them on a little tripod, put them in a room, and just leave them in there. I do sometimes try and do that.
Yeah.
Tell people, say, I've left the camera in the room, you know, and then go back later. And I've done it before where I've put them in a room and then forgot where I put them. And I'm thinking, where have I put that camera? Yeah. I'm not on one short. Now, I went upstairs, but I went right. No, I didn't. I went, and I sometimes I can't remember. I just end up wandering around looking for it. Open a random door, and there it is. Think, what is it doing in here? Unless Spirit moved it. Right, but do you think the flashing light gadgets actually work sufficiently to say that there's a spirit present? I occasionally take my K2 and it never flashes even at the castle when I know there's spirits with me. The old cat balls. What's your fault, Luke, on the cat balls?
Yeah, I got a dog bulb recently.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's quite
Hasn't-
clever.
Hasn't gone off yet. No one's touched it yet though.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it will work though.
Yeah, got to keep using it. Yeah,
It's the same principle as the cat balls, isn't it? It's quite a clever idea.
yeah.
So, what do you think of the cat balls, Luke? A good idea? Maybe? Does spirit really move them?
It's shame when the batteries run out so quick. You got to keep
Yeah.
buying them. It's expensive. That's why I look for like a rechargeable one.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
why I
good
found
idea.
Yeah,
But we just got to get it to work, haven't we?
yeah.
But it is touch sensitive, isn't it? So,
Yeah, you just to give it a little tap and it lights up.
yeah.
Yeah.
We tried it at the Unicorn, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See if that was the first time you'd run it out, wasn't it, Luke, at the Unicorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Mm.
It didn't go off, but it was a very clever idea to use,
Yeah.
especially, if it does work, it's rechargeable. So you're not got forever worried. Cat balls are the best. So satisfying when they start flashing. They are, again, it's like the tripwire and the laser grid and all. It's something visual, isn't it? We're always constantly looking for something visual to go off. Can you flash the cat ball? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I think it's more exciting when something visual goes off. Okay, you catch a voice like Graham's saying in an EVP, you think, oh wow, that's a good catcher, but you hear it. It's the brain, the human brain wants to see something happen, see something come out of the dark, see an arm touch you, see a cat ball go flashing, or that's your ultimate goal, isn't it? See an apparition, something appear, because on an investigation, if you get one great EVP, you don't need to do anything for the rest of the night, or you get a visual shadow, you'd go home with a smile on your face, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You think, well, I've been here 4 hours, got one thing, and that's me. I'm happy. I see it. I saw movement. You see a cat ball flash, you think, oh, okay, yeah. So there is something here. But the ultimate goal is to see it. Hi, Alan Ray. I like using the thermopod. All right. Tell us a bit more about that one, mate, if you can. Just come on, tell us a bit more about the thermopod. Because we've been trying recently, and I've been looking at this for a while, the plasma ball, which, we took to Fort Brockhurst, which showed very good results, really, didn't it? The one time it was used, it used a few times and it worked. We took it to the Unicorn, didn't we, Luke? Did we have it at the Unicorn?
Yeah.
We tried it there, didn't we?
Yeah.
It had a few bits, but nothing I would say was something that touched it, that type of thing. But at the Fort Brockhurst, like with Dora and yourself, to see it suddenly statically stop, was really interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, we couldn't work out why.
No, because the K2 was next to it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was only in that one particular room where it just didn't want to move. And I don't know why.
You think if there was EMF there, the K2 would pick that up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So would you think, as a looking at it, would you think something touched it or the atmosphere affected it in that room?
I really don't know, because when I tried looking up like reasons why it might just be static, it said something about the amount of charge in it and the voltage, like changing the voltage, but we hadn't moved anything, we hadn't like changed anything on it, so I just don't know with that one.
No, that was very strange. I know Dora said to me she'd changed the batteries in it just to make sure it wasn't a low battery voltage and it was causing it to do it. But the footage is quite mind-blowing, really, isn't it? But for something we've never used before.
Yeah.
So, maybe it was a contact, maybe it wasn't. It's one of them unexplained phenomenons that you look at and think, well, there's no rhyme or reason for it. The K2 never showed a spike or anything like that, but it was statically, and it was in like 3 solid bolts, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
something strange, very, very strange
It was.
thing. Yeah. So what else would you go to? What else do I take?
Well, there's the Estes method that
Oh
people
yeah.
use, but personally, I've only tried it once, and I'd never got on with it because I just couldn't make out any words or anything. So I just sat there with the headphones on, and people looking at me, sort of like, "Why aren't you saying anything?" Because I couldn't make out any words. I was like, "Yeah, I'll just leave that one alone."
Do you
Just
think?
sounds like static to me. I was like, I don't know.
And it's like doing that transfiguration with the red. Do you believe in what you see in people's spirit eyes open? And do you believe what you see with that? Or do you think it's just your eyes in the darkness?
I don't know, because there's a lot of shadows, isn't there? So I can't imagine that, because every time people do it, they seem to see something or see the same kind of thing. And I don't think it's going to work every single time. So I think it's just like the shadows and the light, and it plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
And just make out what they want to see, really.
Because I know they say the red light relaxes your eyes, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
That's the idea of using the red light. It's supposed to be relax your eyes in the darkness, allow your eyes to see more.
All right.
Because obviously in the darkness, our eyes go smaller, don't they? Because there's less light.
Yeah.
And I think I may be wrong, but I think the red light relaxes the eye.
Okay.
It allows your eye to see more light. Hence why you have infrared cameras, don't you? Because it sees more in the dark. It's a lot longer open and gathers the light from around the area to create the picture. So I'm not sure about that one. Luke? What do you think of that one?
What transfiguration?
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
I know when you're doing the method yourself, you feel things. But when I did it, I started to change, and everyone said I looked like I was like had a disability, like disabled sort of. The spirit was
That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Merley House, yeah.
If you stare at anything long enough, you'll see something different. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. I think sometimes the brain takes over. Because you're looking at it so long. But I think your brain then takes over, doesn't it? And it's like that predola, isn't it? Where you can see faces in tree trunks and see faces of things, but it's your brain interpreting what you want to see.
Yeah.
So, maybe the transfiguration is what you want to see, but your brain's putting it there. I don't know. I've seen it used a couple of times, and I have seen strange things with it, where you think, and that brings you to sort of mirror scrying, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, if you just stare at yourself, it's going to look like things are changing and moving. Because if you look away and look back again sort of quickly, you just see yourself again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we had a mirror scrying at the Lamb that time in the bedroom. So, sorry, there's a message just come right across the screen. And I lost everything then. So, when we had it at the Lamb, was you in the room where we saw the 2 ladies doing the mirror scrying? Now, I've seen some weird things in my time, but this was the biscuit, because they were very good, these 2 ladies, at mirror scrying. Very, very, very good. And we were at the Lamb, and they were doing it in a big mirror not long after we'd seen a gentleman in the mirror in the room. So, and all hell broke loose, and it was quite chaotic that night when it all happened. But what threw me was when you look at her face from behind, she had you could see what looked like sideburns appearing. Then her eyes looked around at each one of us in the room, but her head was straight. Do you remember that?
I didn't see that, but I heard about it.
That was the most creepiest thing. But I was looking at her head thinking, well, her head's straight, and yet her eyes were looking at each individual person in the room. How can that be in the mirror? And I thought, this is creepy.
Yeah.
This is beyond doubt a creepy thing. So her friend, they're both very good, these two ladies. So her friend said, well, I'll take over and see what we can get with a different face in it. And again, it had a similar sort of thing, but this time the second lady had like a very grey moustache appearing.
Oh, yeah.
And we said, can you look at her? Can you look around the room? And again, her head was straight, but her eyes were looking in the mirror, were actually looking at each and every one of us. But how can that be if she's got her head still?
Yeah.
So that sort of blew my mind a little bit with that one. So I wasn't quite sure what I was actually seeing or how to explain what I was seeing. And even I said to her, do you not know that you're doing that? She said, no, because all I'm doing, I'm just looking at myself. So you don't even know that you're doing it.
Yeah.
She said, all I can see is myself in the mirror, which is true.
Yeah.
But everybody else can see the face change. Very, very, I don't know. If anybody's got any answers or had good results with mirror scrying, I'd be happy to hear them. But I know what I saw was really creepy with the
So I
eyes.
think if you try and take a picture, you don't see anything in that, do you? It's just
no,
that's weird.
it's just a blur. And yet, you know, to see the eyes look at each and every one of you, and you think, but her head straight, how could she be looking at each of us? There's no way you can turn your eyes right round the side of you, but you could literally see the eyes in the mirror looking around at each and every one of us, which was, would mirror scrying work better if you had a mirror behind you as well, two mirrors facing each other with you in the middle stair. They say that two mirrors opposite each other create a portal.
Yeah.
That's why they say you should never have two mirrors facing each other, don't they, in a room? So I don't know whether I don't know, Graham. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd want to try that.
No.
Have you guys ever used drawing
Planchette?
Planchette, sorry. Yeah, we do use it, and it does yield some good results. The writing planchette tends to be a lot of scribbles.
Yeah.
You know, when you look back at it, sometimes it spells out a letter or a response, and it's like, you know, using a Ouija board, isn't it? You know, the response you get from that is the same as the writing planchette, but we're asked in spirit to spell their name. What happens if they're from the 15th century, 16th century, whatever? Would they know how to spell in that time?
Yeah.
Would they know how to even write in them days? I imagine some of them obviously did, but, you know, when you contact, say, can you write your name? Can you do this? Can you do that? And then you get a little bit frustrated when nothing happens. You think, well, nothing's happening. But is it that they can't write? They can't spell? Do we ever consider that? Or the dialect's different?
Yeah.
You know, from Old English. What do you reckon, Lee?
Yeah, I think it could be like a language thing, because they had spoke slightly different back in the day.
Yeah. So do you think we're saying to them, can you touch the aerial? Can you go to the red and green lights? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you move the flashing cat ball? Do you think Spirit actually understand what we're asking?
I think the balls they might do.
Why do you think that then?
They probably had, like, especially if it's like a child, they probably played with balls when they were growing up and when they were alive.
So they would recognise the shape, you mean?
Yeah, shapes, yeah.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah. But we asked it to touch the silver aerial.
That's different, yeah.
Do they know what a silver aerial is?
I'd say like a silver stick, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes you
yourself just go and touch it and then show what it does, and then then like, oh, can I do that?
yeah. Let me have a go. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So, you know, really, so you could use all different types of equipment, but obviously, like we say, your body's the go-to equipment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's there to protect you, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So, anything else on equipment or methods?
Oh, there's probably lots of other ones, but
Yeah, it could go on for a while, I imagine.
it could go on for a while. Yeah.
But it's like using these ITC apps, Necrophonic and all the others, and I've often wondered, try it, like run the two spirit talkers or whatever you're using side by side and see if you get the same response on both. Because you think if you're doing, say, I don't know, suppose you're using Necrophonic, you think if you get a response on one, you should get the same response on the other one.
Yeah. I can't remember where this investigation was, but it was upstairs. There's quite a lot of us in a room, and they're different apps running that bring up the words. And a couple of times they did come out with the same word at the same time, which was interesting. Right. But then it wasn't consistent. So I don't know if it just happened to pick the same word out of different word banks at the same time, or if it really was something in it.
Yeah. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, we'll have to try that next time we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run them on the phones, or run a separate app and see what the responses we get. See if they're both the same. It'd be an interesting experiment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So over to you, Luke, I reckon. So Luke was at Yateley Town Hall, I think it was, Saturday evening.
Yeah.
With Paranation.
Yeah.
So how did the evening go, Luke?
Yeah, you go to the building. Outside the building looks really old. But when you walk in, it's been all done up. It's like a dance studio now.
Okay.
Well, one main hall is a dance studio. Then there's another 2 rooms downstairs. In one of the rooms, we had Julia's laser, was it tripwire?
Yeah.
Something kept touching that, and then it kept touching the music box that kept going off all the time. And the K2s kept flashing to red.
Right.
And the door kept we done a weird slamming sound, but no one was slamming the doors.
Oh. So you could hear a door slam, but you couldn't see any doors slamming.
It kept happening quite often as well.
Did you use your voice recorder?
If I did, no, not that night.
You didn't, or you did? Sorry, I missed that.
I didn't use that night, no.
Luke, come on. What have I told you?
Yeah.
Take it everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you get 3 hours of nothing. You might get half an hour of something.
Yeah.
You should use it. You got a good voice recorder there.
I tried it.
Sorry?
I tried it in the hall the other day, but I didn't get anything on it really.
But don't give up because you don't get anything on it. It's not a case of being, oh, well, it don't work. Look how many times I've used mine and got nothing.
It's hard to find a quiet place in that building, I think.
Did it? So if you use your voice recorder, you'd have heard people in other rooms, or was it you were quite a way apart from each other? How was it?
Yeah, I think I was just with a lot of people that night. I didn't really go by myself and use the recorder.
And why did you not wander off on your own with your recorder?
It's in a small building. There's only a few rooms. There's a lot of people in different rooms. I think that's what I think it was.
Right.
It wasn't a big area. Yeah.
Right. So people were spread all over the building, really.
Yeah.
So in the dance studio, was there lots of mirrors?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Did anybody do any mirror scrying?
They did really. No, I didn't. Not really. No.
No.
Don't know why they didn't. No.
That'd have been a place to try, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The upstairs, there's room upstairs, interesting.
Right.
And then there's the attic above. There's a little trap door, like an attic above. We kept hearing footsteps walking around the attic.
Oh wow!
You couldn't go up there because there's no ladder for it.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the headmaster's living quarters at the time.
What would have been the attic? I mean,
no, there's a room. Then above that room, there's an attic, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
To sort of describe the building to us, Luke, as you're walking in the front door, so we get an idea of what you're saying upstairs here in this room there. Just go from the front door. So as you walked through the door, there was a room on the left, room on the right, straight forward to a hall. Just try and picture us in that building with you. So you go through the front door,
there's a kitchen on the right of you, a little tiny kitchen.
right?
Then on the left, I think there's the main dance studio.
Okay. Big room, small room, or
Kind of, yeah, the dance studio's biggest room, yeah.
okay. And was the
You go-
venue warm, cold?
Yeah, quite. It's warm, yeah.
It was quite warm. Then.
Not as cold as the other place, Unicorn. No.
Ooh, that was cold there, wasn't it? Ooh. So you walked in. So the kitchen to the right, dance studio to your left. Then what? Do you go straight through to another hall? Do you go left, right? Where are all these rooms you're talking about?
You go out the dance studio, and you turn right, and you can walk up the stairs to the top room upstairs.
And how many rooms were off of that room? Off of that hallway?
Just that one medium sort of room upstairs, because the other doors were locked. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you were there, sort of 3 or 4 rooms. You were occupying the whole of the building, yeah.
Yeah.
3 rooms there was, yeah.
Oh, about 3 rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were upstairs, did you go up the stairs and onto a landing, or did you go up the stairs and into a room straight away?
It was into a room straight away. It was, yeah.
So top of the stairs, you go straight into a room.
Yeah.
And you heard the footsteps above you there.
Yeah, because there must have been, there's like a little square in the roof where you can walk into the attic. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, like a loft hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no ladder though to go up there.
Okay. Did you have your voice recorder on then, or?
There were too many people in the room then.
There's too much noise.
I was trying to get in there like when it's quiet, but I couldn't really manage it because it was one of the most active rooms upstairs.
What else happened in that room then, other than the footsteps?
There were like cracking noises, not so often. Like now and again, like little cracking noises happening.
Right.
Someone said it sounded like the whip of the cane of the headmaster a little bit.
All right. It wasn't the cooling of the building or anything like that.
It's a bit strange clicking noise, really. Couldn't explain it, really.
All right.
But someone said it sounded like the whip cracking of a whip or something like that. When you used to cane people.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you now, yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the time that the voice recorder would have become in handy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you could have said, even though there's a lot of people, sometimes when you're doing an EVP, you've got to say to people, I'm just doing a recording, can you be quiet for a few minutes? And people will suddenly go quiet.
Yeah.
Because they're as interested in as you getting of catching it. And, you could have said, is there anybody here that's using a whip or caning? You might have got a yes.
I used the app as well. I used.
And what did the app come up with?
Said I've been here 200 years.
Oh.
And 200 years ago it was 1800s. And that's when the school was built.
I was built in the 1800s, was it?
Yeah.
So what was the question to get that come up, or that just randomly came up?
Randomly came up, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And the school was built in the 1800s.
Yeah. So it would have been 200 years ago, really. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So that was quite an interesting reply then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I use the app on airplane mode. I use the apps on airplane mode so you get no interference with it.
Yeah. So you get no transmission, do you?
Yeah.
So what else did you get names or anything like that come through, or dates? Any good dates?
I think it was just that 200 years ago, really, I think it was.
And what app was that you were running there? Your Spirit Wave?
The Spirit Talker.
All right. Yeah. And that's what it came through. Did you get any other responses from that through the night?
There were like a few words, but didn't make sense. Some of it didn't. But that's the most interesting one.
Yeah. That's quite good, isn't it? Seeing the building's built in 1800. It's 200 years old.
Yeah.
So on the whiteboard, what others did people experience there then?
I think a lot of people got a lot of headaches upstairs, and there was like the energy was different upstairs to downstairs. More negative sort of things. Says someone said there was something wrong up there, or something for up there.
What did you feel when you went up there? Negative, or just weren't sure, or?
Didn't affect me too much. Just other people affected more.
And nobody found out why it was like that.
Because like the headmaster wasn't a nice person or something like that. You might have
Oh,
done
okay.
because he used to live upstairs. Apparently, that's his living quarters.
Right. So so he's probably got the ump because everybody's up in his living quarters.
Yeah.
And did you hear the footsteps in the attic any time after that, or that was the one and only time sort of thing?
Yeah, towards the end it was happening.
And what time did he finish there?
About 12 midnight, yeah.
Okay. So it was a good venue then, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's got more to tell, I think. You keep going back,
Really?
yeah, keep more. It's first time investigator, Julia said.
Okay.
The
It's
first
the
time
first time anybody's been there, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think personally, I know you are sensitive to this, do you think there's more there to give?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
In what
Especially
level?
upstairs, yeah.
Upstairs.
There's definitely up there. Something that must have happened up there, mostly, I reckon.
Right. Do you think that's where he would have punished children, or
Yeah. Yes, the fear night guy, yeah.
was it?
Like, he'd done more than punish them, but like, maybe abuse them, maybe something serious, I reckon.
Right. Because I suppose that would have been around that sort of time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been many school checks, would there?
Yeah.
And where
No.
did the students come from? The local area, or do they come from out of London, or they're just local students, children?
Maybe they're local. I didn't really read into that bit.
And was there anything explaining the history of it at all?
I know there was before that building was there was a makeshift school in 1700s.
Right. And the feeling I got is it's like used for like an army place. You know, people would go during the war. The army would camp there. I don't know whether that's true. It's just suddenly came to me when I was talking. Whether it was used during the Second World War as an army
Might have
collective,
been.
you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing about, you didn't see anything about the army being there during the war.
No, it's quite modern in there now, so it doesn't really give that feeling.
Okay.
Upstairs feels
Right.
older upstairs.
Yeah. And did you do anything outside? Try any experiments outside?
Not much. No, it's more inside it was.
See, I think sometimes we let ourselves down where we should try outside. Because if you think of a school, you know, children would have been playing outside.
Yeah.
So why
Yes.
don't we do EVPs outside?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, and it's like when we go to Merris Wood and we've been outside in the garden there, you know, we've had some good things happen outside.
Yeah.
You know, I think we get a bit carried away, really. We should concentrate sometimes outside as much as we do inside. We all go marching in, that we all spread off to the rooms, but forget really, you know, people would have been walking around, servants would have been in the grounds, children would have been playing in the you know, playground in front of the building, and so that was about it, was it?
Yeah, an interesting place. You definitely get more there. I think you can.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got more to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the next one you're on, Luke?
It's Newbury Town Hall in January.
Oh, you're going to that one, are you?
Yeah.
Newbury Town Hall. All right. Okay. In January, you're gut, and you go all most times, don't you?
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else anybody wants to say tonight?
There's a couple more comments.
Okay. Spirit talkers are great for helping to call out and ask questions. That's Alan Ray Explorers. Yeah, I mean, we do like using the apps. I've had a few words said that don't sound English, but there have been a lot of French-speaking people around in the 13th century. I was told that English was the second language here and that at that time. That's what I'm saying. You know, we asked out, don't we? can you do this? Can you do that? And they actually understand what we're asking. Because it was like at the fort, you know, we were in the cell before we saw the man outside. And it wasn't until Jen said about, do you know what? She said, I feel there's French people here. And she started talking in French. It's when, do you remember that, Luke?
Yeah.
She started talking in French and we
I
started to
remember,
get, because then Luke said, oh, there's a face just popped around the door.
Yeah.
And then there was a tap and a knock and we saw the light in the hallway.
Yeah.
So they would have had French prisoners in the forts. And like Graham's saying, maybe they would have spoke French. I don't know. I've never really researched back that far. I know it was an old English dialect, a very old English dialect in that time, but you know, sometimes we do get carried away and we're blotting it away in modern day English, where really, you know, we should be trying to research in olden type English.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a very difference in language, I mean, and words and how they're spoken. So maybe that's one that you need to take out on an investigation. Bear in mind where you are in that investigation. If it's 1400s, 1800s, you know, what was the dialect at that time? Would it have been majority of French people? Would there have been a different language? You know, it's a similar thing when we went to Tangmere, you know, and we were in the aircraft museum. Great chat tonight, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Alan, Ray, Explorers. Thanks for coming on. We enjoyed it. Come back next week. We've got a Christmas special next week. And it was a bit like the Tangmere Fly Museum. We were there. And there weren't much going on, really. But then we realised, myself and Adora and that there would have been Polish aircraftmen stationed at Tangmere. And when Dora started to talk out in Polish, is when the cat balls and all the lights and the orbs started appearing everywhere in the hangar. So I think sometimes we forget, you know, maybe we should think, okay, we don't like to do history going in, do we? Because we like to go in there blind. But then sometimes we need to think, well, who would have been based here? Would it have been French? You know, would it have been Polish? Because there would have been a lot of nationalities in this country during the war. So Graham's put, it's like Cornwall. They must have spoken old Cornish centuries ago and don't understand our English. That's exactly it, Graham, isn't it? Like I was saying, the dialects changed so much from 100 years ago, probably, you know, when the dialects started to change to what we now know as modern English, you know, what we're taught, or even more. So, you know, we go into an investigation. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you talk to my spirit app? Can you, and maybe they're looking at each other going, what is he on about? You know, so maybe we make the mistake of thinking they can talk modern day English and they can't, you know? So it's a good point, Graham. Yeah. You know, the Cornish language has changed over the many, many years. And it's probably the same as the Scottish language, the Welsh language, you know, the English language, even the Midlands, you know, they all talk the Geordies. You know, maybe their dialects changed over the years and we just haven't sort of thought of that dialect when we're bombing questions to the spirit. If it's 1300, 14, 15, 1600s, you know, what would they have been speaking like in them days? You know, you can always Google it, can't you? What was the dialect in the 1800s? And you can pick out words from that. Can you, ye oldie, do that? And then you suddenly get a response. You know, maybe. I don't know. It's only I'll put it out there, see what people say.
Yeah.
So is there anything else on there, Angela?
Nope, I think that's it.
Cool. So next week is our Christmas special. Yay. Mince pies and mulled wine. Angela's supplying the mulled wine.
Yep. I've got bottles of it.
So make sure you tune in. All is welcome. We'll have a few of our previous guests on here that have agreed to come back on, have a bit of a chat with us and a bit of a laugh. We have Emily with the Haunted Dolls coming on, Andy DeCoates from Alien 8, you know, a few others coming on, Dark Side Spirit Seekers. Who?
Graham's coming on.
Graham's coming. Highland Paranormal from Scotland. They've agreed to come on to have a chat so we can bomb questions into them. Western Supernatural, is it?
Yeah.
Ghost Dragon Investigations, are they coming
Yeah.
on?
Yep.
So there'll be a few on there. So come in, bomb in your questions, ask them any questions you like. They're all teams from all over the country. So all had different experiences, all have different ways of investigating, so it'll be an interesting night. So it'll be our last one on the 22nd till the new year. So me and Angela can have a break. We don't have to sit down on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday night thinking what we're going to talk about tonight. So we can have a nice Christmas drink and forget the Monday Night Live till the new year.
Yep.
So all is welcome. If you want to come on, come on. We have 10 places, Angela, is it?
10, yep.
So we have 10 places. So if you want to come on and wish us Merry Christmas, yeah, great, Graham. Can't wait to see you on here, mate. So, come on, ping us a message and we'll send out, or Angela send out the stream or the links to it to come on and come and chat with us for our Christmas special. Be lovely. We've had some really, really great guests this year that have really made an effort to come on and chat. And it's been a cracking year for us. Myself and Angela and Luke, we've had a good year on here.
Yeah.
Although Luke's not spoken for a year, but it's fine. Well done, Luke, for your talking of your investigation Saturday night. It was interesting. Well done, you. We need to hear more from you.
It's all right.
Get that voice recorder going. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So get that voice recorder going, mate. So only remains me to say thank you for watching. Tune in next week as it's our last one of the year. So we can wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us. So tune in. We have some great guests on next week. Be a really interesting night. Come along, mulled wine, mince pies, and lots of questions. So from myself, Paul and Jenny, Angela from South Coast Ghost, and Luke, investigate. We say good night to you. Have a safe week, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.